What's up, everybody? Logan Senhauser here. The ChampCar Miata. Senhauser, oh my god, not the shirt, the face. Senhauser Racing Team. We are coming at you live from Mid-Ohio with the rest of the team. We got Drew and Adam Dahl running with us this weekend. It's going to be a good weekend. The car seems to be running fine. Test day went great, so we're hoping the actual ChampCar test day tomorrow goes well. Everything unloaded. We're in garage number 11 here at Mid-Ohio, but no notes. Bruce is all set up. Maybe I'll show you the inside of Bruce here in a little bit. But hopefully next check-in is us getting ready to go tomorrow morning. So one thumb up from me right now. I'll give you another thumb up once the car's out on track running. So cheers, y'all.
Alrighty, y'all. It is Friday morning. I just rolled out of bed. Here's the setup in Bruce. We got the bed, got the, can you see that there? Sorry, I don't have my contacts in yet, so I don't know what you can see. We got the AC running in reverse. It's got like a heat pump mode. So it actually kept it pretty warm in here. It got down to like 50 or 40 something last night, and I felt totally fine. I slept like a rock, and the charger's working. Everything's working great in here. So that's good news. It's about 8:15 right now. Driver's meeting's at 8:30. So I'm gonna just throw some contacts in. That banging you can hear is someone clipped the front of a semi with their trailer scooting through like 10 minutes ago. Pretty good. So that was a bit tough to hear, but shit happens, I guess. But yeah, we're gonna do the driver's meeting, get the car prepped, and get out on track. Should be a good way to start the day. Woo!
Hey everyone, it's Future Logan here. I like to kind of fill in the gaps in these videos. I don't always do a great job of picking up the camera over the course of the weekend, so we're just going to play. This is just some general footage from our test day, and I'm going to talk you through some of the ups and downs and kind of how our test day went. So first things first, we put new brakes and brake rotors on the car. We have these fancy pants Brembo brake rotors. One of our drivers really likes to get the fancy stuff. I always just get the cheap blanks from like Amazon because they worked. But he got these really nice Brembo brake rotors, and I think they had like extra cross hatching or some coating, or I don't know what was going on, but like when I pulled out of the garage, like the noise the brakes were making, like it just sounded terrible. And then like I ended up locking up the brakes coming into the back straight, like my second or third lap out. And again, I think it's just because they were grabbing so hard to really transfer that material. I don't really know, or there was fluid on the track or something. But so that was kind of a fun way to kick off the day. I thought the brakes were just like freaking out or seizing or something. I wasn't really too sure. But it ended up being no problem at all. So it was just me kind of, getting in my own head, as I do sometimes. But kind of the big problem of the weekend. So I had the car out with our brand new tune from Steve's Remote Tuning. Huge shout out to Steve. Check him out on Facebook if you need any Megasport work done. He's a really good dude. But we had the car out for a test day at Mid-Ohio. It was Audi Fest like a month prior, and the car did great. No issues. I was really happy with how it was performing. The tune did great. However, we found during the test day, during a track day, you're only doing 20-minute sessions. And once we got past 20 minutes, the AFRs would just creep up and up and up and up till it was getting like high 13s. And it would start tickling 14. And I'd be like, yeah, we're bringing the car in. We're not doing this. I don't want to, we're not grenading an engine right now. If we need to put the stock ECU back in, we will. I learned from Watkins Glen, always bring all the stuff to put the stock ECU in if you need to. So we have our stock ECU box now with our airflow meter, dashboard, old school dashboard, the ECU itself, O2 sensor, all those things to throw it back in if we need to. So I reached out to Steve. I was like, hey, man, we're having this issue. Could it be a tuning problem? What else do you think it could be? And, he lent us his brain. And he's like, hey, I might be able to squeeze an hour in this afternoon and shoot you guys a new tune. And he got us that new tune, but it was after testing was complete. So we were like, do we throw the new tune on, cross our fingers? Do we put the stock ECU in? I don't know. And we decided as a team, I put a lot of work into making this ECU work. And so we decided as a team that we were just going to run it with the new tune and really hope that it's working together. That F-Class Miata was really fast for being an F-Class. It was sick. They were wheeling that thing. That's neither here nor there. So we logged the data, sent it to him. We got the new tune. We like ratchet strapped the computer in the passenger compartment, but it was the whole thing. Well, we got it done. So that was kind of a question mark going into Saturday. That was the biggest question mark. The other thing, we've had small oil drips for the longest time. I think it's a rear main seal. I really don't want to drop the trans. Definitely didn't want to do it over the course of the weekend, and we don't have a rear main seal with us anyways. So I think it's something in that bell housing area that's leaking. The clutch isn't slipping, so that's good. But yeah, I have no clue where the oil leak's coming from, and it's not enough that like we wouldn't be able to drive clearly. But it's definitely enough that I would like to figure out what's going on. And it's been kind of a pain in the ass to track down. So that's kind of fun, but we just check it during pit stops and top it up if we need to. It's not the end of the world. Other problem, I bought a 15x7 instead of a 15x9 wheel, and I didn't even notice until we were going to put tires on the tires on, like swap the wheels. And I noticed one wheel was kind of bulging outside of the rim because one tire was bulging because we run 225s, and a 225 on a 7-inch wide rim is I mean, it fits, but it's a bit of a squeeze. And then the rest of our tires have like this kind of profile, like where it really flattens out the tires. So I was like, what's going on? And then that's when I found out I biffed it. So that was a nice, fun, $200 mistake there. I'm going to have to get a new wheel. And then I don't know what I'm going to do with one 15x7 that's, used because it's been bolted on the car. So I don't know. I might donate that. We got a team member with a Miata that runs the same wheels, 15x7 of Avanti Storms. So I might just give it to him. Because I don't think I'm gonna be able to sell it. I mean, who wants just one random wheel? So that was kind of a bummer. But lessons learned: don't frantically buy wheels. Make sure you're getting the right size and double checking. And then actually that was it. I have written here that we installed new brake pads, but we didn't do that on Friday because we started with a fresh set before the test session. So that's it. And it was a surprisingly small amount of work. And then we just kind of chilled, which is atypical for the Senhauser Racing Team. Normally we've got, frantic runnings arounds and lots of concerns and weird little issues that are kind of rearing their head. So it was a nice change of pace. My main goal for this weekend was to just take the car out and go drive and finish races. I didn't care where we finished. I didn't care how fast we went. I just wanted to keep the car pointed in the right direction. No more body damage, anything like that, and just go out and turn laps. And I'm not going to spoil anything, but yeah, I'll leave it at that. Just watch the rest of the video. So that's our test day summed up. And yeah, I'll catch you guys. I'll fill you in kind of during race one here. So, all right, good morning, race fans. No updates from yesterday. Sorry about that. Didn't really take the time to pick the camera up, but no big notes. Our AFRs are creeping up after like 20 or 30 minutes on track. So I had Steve's remote tuning, our tuner, take a look at it, and he updated the tune, sent us a new one that should get us through today. I think it's still not quite ideal. It's doing a lot of kind of auto correcting. He opened it up a little bit, but it should keep us safe for today. The goal is to just go out and run today, no drama. If the AFRs do start creeping up again, I'm going to remote in and just dump fuel into it. And then if that still doesn't work, we're just going to put all the stock stuff in, which is going to be unfortunate because it'll throw away our race today, but we're going to make it work. So everyone's getting ready to go to the grid. We already had our drivers meeting. It's 7:30 in the morning. Car's warming up, all set up. There's Drew getting ready. Oh, I'm actually needed for something important. What? Okay. This is our pre-race interview.
Hello, how's it going?
Drew, what are our thoughts right now? How are we feeling? You ready to start the race car? What do we think?
Up.
Oh.
Starting third place. We're gonna hold third. Maybe even go up to second or first.
Oh my God! Wow.
Takes one dive bomb.
Big aspirations here. You can win the race in T1. Don't forget that, Drew.
Yeah.
Especially these races. Siege, how we feeling? Siege, pre-race interviews.
Fandiddly-tastic.
Fandiddly-tastic with the beautiful violet car. No, lavender. So sorry. Hoyt's starting. Hoyt, how are the nerves? One thumbs up from Hoyt.
Okay, we'll do two.
Two thumbs up for that's a two thumbs up out of two thumbs up, man. It's gonna be a good day. The weather's gonna be great. It's not gonna be too hot. It honestly might be like a hair cold, but it'll be pretty comfy in the car. Drew will get settled. Hopefully our tune works and we just go racing. That's the ideal option for today. So everyone cross your fingers. Live stream's working. All right, switching from code 35 back to green. Drew's coming by right now. There's Sheila. So far, no drama. Drew's kept it really clean. We're definitely a little bit off pace of the field, but I think that was to be expected, and that's not our goal today. We're just trying to get to the green flag. So yeah, we're about an hour in. Live stream's looking great. Everyone's having fun. Adam?
Hey.
Any comments?
Just having fun, getting ready to watch Logan.
Yeah. Josh, any comments?
Just glad to be here.
All right. We got Miss Casey and my father all ready to go. So we're gonna be doing a pit stop here. Our pit window opens in like 5 minutes, so we're gonna be ready for it. But yeah, that's the update.
All right, Mr. Logan's out right now. Looks like he's passing people because that's what he does. Got the squad, Jace, me. It's facing my
All right, more updates from pit lane. We are on stint number trace. I went the full 2 hours. I don't even know if you can hear me. I went the full 2 hours. Really no drama. Car's running great. Adam got out there, had a fun little spin, but everything's okay. He's pointing in the right direction. Got it going again. I think we're all good. All right. I don't remember the last update. It's probably been a while. I've gotten in and out of the car. I had a full 2 hour stint. It went no problems. Lots of traffic. Lots of fun. Lots of argy-bargy, but we made it through clean. Ran really great. I was really happy with my pace. And then Adam got in, Drew got in, and now Adam is in for the last stint of the day. He's bringing it home. He just went by. I want to get a video. I'm up on the garage. I want to get a video of him going by, but it's been a pretty killer day. So we got our fingers crossed. We're going to make it to the end. Had a little bit of a spin at one point. I'll throw it in the video, but yeah, it's been a great day. Mom, you got any? It's Mama Lures. You got any statements? Anything to say?
Excellent day. They're still in the race. They're doing good. It's exciting to be here.
You heard it here, folks.
Time with you to walk around the car and tell you what they're looking at. So it's like having
Currently have 45 seconds left in the race. Should be a white flag any minute. Yeah, there he is. Woo-hoo! Hell yeah, Adam! Woo!
Nice.
Okay, so here we are at the start of race 1. This is Saturday's race. This is an 8-hour. You can see in the bottom right there. So huge shout out to My Races Live. They actually provide us this overlay, so we send the data from our camera to them, and then they overlay it and then spit it back out to my YouTube and Twitch and stuff like that. So if you ever want to watch the races live, they're live on YouTube. They're live on Twitch. It's kind of fun. I mean, the fact that My Races Live, myraces.live allows us to do this is really cool, and they're gracious enough to give us this is like to put your own sponsors and stuff on here. There's a monthly fee associated with it, and they give it to us for free, and I can't thank them enough for that. So huge shout out to My Races Live. Check them out. If you have any questions, leave it down below. I'll get you set up with the right people. Claire and Irwin are super duper duper cool. So can't thank them enough. This platform that they provide is incredible. But anyway, so here's Drew. Drew was our race starter for the weekend. I don't personally like starting races. At least in ChampCar, there's a lot of question mark drivers out there. A lot of the race starts can get kind of aggressive. And I get kind of stressed out with that type of stuff. I've done the race starts in the past when I need to, but Drew does a really good job of handling it, keeping a cool head, protecting the car. So he is our designated starter when Mr. Dahl Sr. isn't around. So Drew's doing a great job here with the start. He did a great job both days, and he's just kind of turning laps here. So again, I've got some bullet points for the day. I've got a few clips where I check in throughout, so of course those will be included in here. But there was kind of, like I said, the main goal of the weekend was to finish races. And we were able to achieve that today. We literally had no issues. Every pit stop went off without a hitch. We had to do a lot of green flag pit stops, which we try not to do. We normally, during an 8-hour, we will do 4 stops, 5 stints. Yeah, 4 stops, 5 stints. Is that math right? I think so. Am I doing that right? I think, yeah, 4 stops, 5 stints. And so we try and catch as many yellows as we can. And they were doing a lot of hot pulls, which they don't normally do at Mid-Ohio. So that, allowed for a lot of green flag racing. So we had a lot of green flag stops, which is not ideal, but, the other teams were having to deal with the same stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, there was really no drama. At the end of the day, I don't have any clips of, kind of the aftermath. So I'll just let you know. Literally all we did was pad slap the car, front pads, rear pads barely wear on these cars. So front pads. And then the left rear wheel bearing had some play in it. And we were starting to get really concerned about it. And we were like, well, do we swap in our junkyard uprights that have wheel bearings in them of questionable integrity? Or, do we try and do we try and get apart from another team? What do we do? And we actually just ended up retorquing it. The torque wasn't quite tight on it. And torquing it down, got rid of all the play. And we weren't having any vibrations or anything from it anyways. So, we decided that we were comfortable running with it like that, and I mean, we didn't have any issues on Sunday. So that was the only kind of concern. And again, like I said, for the Senhauser Racing Team, we normally are frantically doing stuff and spend, up till 12 or 1 in the morning trying to get the car put back together. And that was all we did. And we all got to hang out, got some dinner and celebrated some birthdays of the MMR team. Happy birthday, Siege. I can't remember. There were other birthdays going on. I think his girlfriend too, and maybe his parents or something like that. Lots of birthdays at the track this weekend. So we got to hang out and just have a few beers and celebrate some birthdays. So it was really good. Like I said, no notes. I think we ended up finishing 20th overall and 5th in class, something like that. Which, like I said, I mean, there's 65 cars at the track. And that just was way better than I could have ever expected. So yeah, I was already jazzed with that finish. I'll insert a clip here. Adam Dahl had a very fun spin coming through the left-hander into the carousel. Sorry, I don't really know the turn numbers here all too well. But he I'm not really sure what happens. I think he hucks it in and then checks his mirrors and kind of just loses track of the car a little bit. He does a full 360 with a pack of 4 cars behind him. Somehow doesn't get tagged, ends up facing the right direction, and just kind of gets it going again. It was wildly impressive. Huge shout out to all the drivers around that avoided the incident. And huge shout out to Adam for keeping it cool and gathering it up. But it's a good clip, so I'll throw that in here now. But outside of that, no drama. It was a good race. The VOD's all available on YouTube and Twitch if you want to rewatch and whatnot. So I'm going to throw that clip in now, and then I will catch you during race 2. Okay, so here's Adam's fun little spin here. So you'll see he gets about halfway through that left-hander and checks his mirrors. And like I said, I think he just hucked it in a little too hard. He had a lot going on. I think he just got a little too lost in the mirrors there. But I mean, you could see all those cars behind him, and it was very impressive. Very impressive. There's the 4 cars that were stacked behind him, and then he's trying to get back up to speed, and people are still avoiding him, even though he's sitting in the middle of the track. So, yeah, it was really impressive. Adam is one of our newer drivers. This is his second race. He has a lot of track day experience, but not door-to-door experience. He actually, Watkins Glen was his first time driving with us this year. So he did really well. Like I said, he had a few little bobbles, little incidents, but he was getting his pace down. He's getting a lot more comfortable. I'm just jazzed, that we didn't get tagged there. That could have been really bad. So, huge shout out to Adam on that one and the rest of the drivers around. But yeah, all right, I'll talk to you guys during race 2.
All right, good morning, race fans. It is Saturday morning at 7:20, or sorry, Sunday morning at 7:20. Getting ready to get part of grid. Didn't check in yesterday. We were celebrating some birthdays. Did a group dinner with MMR Racing, CJ's team. Happy birthday again, CJ. But yeah, no drama tomorrow. We ended up finishing 20th, 5th in class. Really solid finish, but like all we wanted was no drama, no incidents, nothing like that. So car's warming up right now. Last night we just pad slapped it, and then the left rear hub felt like it was a little loose, or it felt like it was starting to go out. So we were talking about replacing it, but then we checked the torque, and it was not quite torqued all the way down, and torquing it down definitely got rid of the wiggle. So should be good there. We weren't feeling any vibrations at speed, so we're not too worried about it. But yeah, Sheila's getting ready to go. Hopefully no drama today, and we just go out and have a quick 7-hour race, have some fun with it. There she is, getting warm.
Okie dokie, hello again, everyone. Here we are during race 2. Here's future Logan to kind of fill in some of the gaps that past Logan missed. I pulled up my stint. I don't know. I just pulled up at random time. I'll cut to the kind of important parts. There is some fun shenanigans today. Most of all, the way we finished. So stick around. It's pretty cool. Also, we got Senhauser Racing hats. We've had them for forever, and I've just kind of been, hoarding them. But now, if you donate to the stream, I've got it set up. So if you donate $50 or more, we'll send you a Senhauser Racing Team hat as a token of our appreciation for your support. And actually, if you do 100 or more, we not only send you the hat, but we also put your name or phrase or whatever on the car. I think we're going to do that on the fenders. So for at least a season or a year or whatever. So if you're interested in supporting the team, think about that, or just stop by, subscribe, follow. All those things really help us out. It helps us grow, helps more people get eyes on us. I'm really trying to share. I know racing's expensive, but we're kind of managing to. I think I just set a personal best there. I think that was our fastest lap of the weekend, the 1:43.9. Pulled that up totally on accident. But I was super jazzed because, I put a lot of time and money into the car, and we were just turning the same laps that we did last year. So I was jazzed to finally see, we're at least 0.7 faster than we were last year. So that was a really good feeling. But I digress. So shameless plugs. Think about following. Think about subscribing. Liking the video. All those things, they really help out a lot. So I really appreciate it. But anyway, so back to the bullet points. Car was showing good pace, as you just saw. It was really jazzed. I mean, we're still not on the pace with the front of the field, but I'm seeing more and more that these upgrades and hard work that I'm putting in are kind of starting to pay off. So that was huge. I'm gonna go back in time and insert a clip. There was a rollover at the start of the race. Two BMWs kind of had contact with each other going through the carousel. I think it was just a racing incident. I'm not sure how they deemed all that, but basically, there's an E30 that was kind of turning, and there were two wide coming through the exit of the carousel, and there was a newer BMW on the inside. I don't know the chassis or whatever, but I think he just goes wide and tags the right rear of that E30, and it tips over. It rolls right over. Like, he had the left side suspension fully loaded up, and it rolled and then rolled back and almost hit the pit wall, and it definitely, you'll hear Drew during the video kind of freaking out. It wasn't fun to watch. However, the driver was okay, and they actually got the car back out there. I mean, they had to repair some things, but they ended up taking the checkered at the end of the race, which is wildly impressive to have a rollover and still be able to finish like that. So, huge shout out to that team. I don't know the team name, but that caused a red flag, so Drew was sitting for a little bit during that. All right, so here's the clip of the rollover. I know we're filming on a potato here. We stream in really low quality just to make sure that we don't lose connection. But you'll see these two cars pretty far up here. Let me pause it just so I can highlight. It's this gaggle up here. You'll see them pull off, and there's two cars that separate up here. And you'll see it's pretty scary to watch. I mean, Drew has an accurate reaction to it, but I already kind of explained what happened, so I'll just let it play. So here you go. Like I said, everyone's okay. Otherwise, I wouldn't be sharing this, but it's intense. Yeah. So that's it. And it was a relatively low spot of the track or low speed corner. So I like I said, luckily everyone was okay. ChampCar, has pretty strict rules with how you build your cages, and they definitely ask you to overbuild them. And I think this is a great example of that. Those requirements kind of paying off. Like I said, they finished the race, which is just nuts. So, anyways, you can see it. Well, it switched to red. I don't know why it is saying green now, but it was a red flag for a hot minute. So Drew just kind of got to hang out. And we got to chat with him, and then the race got going again. So yeah. Drew then proceeded to set a team best during his first stint, which kind of freaked me out because I was like, if I don't set the fastest lap here, I'm going to be so salty. And then, like I said, I clicked off this 143, so I was pretty happy. Drew did like a 144.6, which our previous best was a 146, but it was like a 6.7, and he did a 6.6 or 6.4 or something like that. And I was like, no. But like I said, I got it back from him, so that felt good. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it was really low pressure. The day was just kind of going super smooth. Pit stops were going well. It's a 7-hour race, so we only did 3 stops, 4 stints. And because I let Drew and Adam double stint the day prior, I double stint during this race. And my theory is I'm the fastest driver, so it'll give us the best opportunity to win a race, but also give everyone even driving time. Not win a race, but place well. And it allows me to kind of crew chief the day prior, make sure everything's going well, and then I just take the last stint this day once we've kind of made it to the end, and I just kind of bring it home. So that was my theory there. So it went Drew, me, and then Adam, and then me again. And we caught yellows, I think, during our first 2 or 3, our first 2 pit stops, and then our last one was a bit unscheduled, a bit frantic. And you'll see it kind of caused some interesting issues for us, but we kind of made it work. We really made it work, actually, and I'll touch on that in a bit. So, okay, so like I said, the day was going really well, and then this was kind of the main contender. So you can see Adam's going around the outside here. This car on the right was kind of a moving chicane all day. It's a rental car, and Adam was going for the outside move. Not sure that I would have done that there, especially with the power. And you can see he just overcooks it and loses it under braking there. So I don't know if he got it slowed down. I don't think there was opportunity to make it through again. Adam's learning a lot, and I think he handled this situation very well. It was definitely a bummer because it got beached. So we had to sit here and wait. You can hear he's trying to get it started back up, and then he gets it going. And you'll hear he just spins the tires. It's not going anywhere. So we're at the top of the keyhole here. And this is kind of the interesting thing. So if you're not familiar with ChampCar rules, it is, yeah, there you go, spin the tires. It is 2-hour max stint length. So you can't go over 2 hours. Miata's stock can't even make it to 2 hours. But if you vent the fuel tank a little bit differently, I have a video on that on my channel if you're interested. You can actually get more fuel into the tank and easily make it to the 2-hour mark with like a code 35 or just kind of short shifting and coasting into braking zones a little bit. Although with the new tune and stuff, we hadn't tried to make it to 2 hours yet. So I didn't know how all that was going to work. However, with the new dashboard, I have the fuel gauge wired in digitally, and it reads very, very accurately, even with the stock fuel sender. So, anyways, all this being said, you can see in the bottom left, it's 1:11 right now in the race, like 1:11 p.m. The race ends at 3:15. And you have a 5-minute mandatory pit stop. So technically, our last pit window opened at 1:10. So if he came in at 1:10, 5 minutes on pit lane, that would put me back out on track at 1:15, and then there's your 2-hour window to the end of the race. So on pit lane, we're radioing him. We're like, "Is the car okay? What's going on? What are we thinking?" And he's just waiting for a tow truck at this point. So I'm just watching the minutes. You can see our gap ahead's 3, and our gap behind is 4. In class. You can see that in the bottom right there. And I'm just sitting on pit lane, and I'm like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, where's the tow truck? Where's the tow truck?" Because they're doing local yellows, hot poles. So there's the tow truck finally, and you'll see he gets hooked up. And they're not frantically moving, which is understandable. They're just trying to they're not worried about your race. They're just worried about getting the situation cleaned up. So um uh it was just so hard to watch from pit lane. You're like, "Oh my god, can we get some more pep in the step or something?" But they're just doing their job. It's you can kind of see him moseying on over. But it's our fault that we got stuck in the rocks, right? So can't really complain. So anyways, this is when we made the call. We were like, Adam, you're coming to pit lane. Once they get you going, bring it to pit lane. We're gonna, kind of look over the car really quick. You can see there's dust everywhere. So we gave the windshield a quick spit shine, fueled it up, and I hopped in for what I knew was going to be a very, very long stint. So um, there's not much to see here. He gets pulled out, gets back on track, and brings it back. There's rocks coming out of the car, all that stuff. But this is kind of the gist of it. So let me check in with you guys towards the end of my last stint here because it gets kind of interesting. Okay, so here we are. You can see it's 3:15, 7 hours in the race. I think we get checkered flag this lap, but check out what happens when I come out of the keyhole here. So I'd already been fuel saving, but here how it cuts out. And then you'll see me shake it here because I'm trying to get fuel to the fuel sender. It was out of fuel. Our gauge had read 0 on the straights for probably 5 laps at this point. I am short shifting, coasting. It was 3:10. And if I came in for one last fuel stop, we would have had to sit on pit lane for 5 minutes anyways. So we wouldn't. So I was like, we're gonna keep it out. If I run out of fuel, we're gonna have to sit on track. Like that's because if we do the pit stop, we're not gonna get back out anyways. So I was like, we're just gonna try and get it there, short shift, coast, see what we can do. I think even coming out of here, coming into Thunder Valley, I think I have to shake it again because it cuts out one more time. Yep, there it is. So you see me trying to get some fuel. And like I said, I have it in 5th gear at this point. I'm just trying. I'm keeping the revs low, keeping the throttle input low, and just trying to get us there. And you can see the checkered flag's out. So all we got to do is make it to the finish line. I was like, I want the checkered. I don't want to run out of fuel. And so you can see here we're rounding the carousel, and the engine's still running. So I finally downshift, and you'll see I'm so stoked. I mean, we are in 2nd in class, 11th overall. It was actually 10th because there was an EC car. Yeah, I mean, I was very excited. I've been working towards this moment for a few years now in ChampCar. Really, ever since I've started racing, my goal has always been to, build a competitive car, be a competitive driver, and get out there and race. And I think a lot of this race was our pit strategy. I think that helped us out a lot. But also just having a car that finished, being able to put in consistent laps. I think we could have been closer to P1 in class. I think the spin cost us probably 3 laps is my guess, based on how long he was sitting there. So I think we actually have a car and drivers that can contend with a class overall win, and maybe with some more lessons and modifications and stuff like that. Maybe even a win. Maybe, I don't know, maybe overall at a smaller race or something like that. That's a bit of a stretch, but like I said, I'm just jazzed. Top 10 finish with a sold out race, 65 car field. This is a very popular race with ChampCar. A lot of heavy hitters here. I was extraordinarily stoked. Like I said, the only goal for the weekend was to finish, and we did that, and then some. We actually got our first trophy. It's right here. It's a cheap piece of plastic with a sticker on it. But this means so much to me. They didn't even used to give out class trophies, and they just started doing that. And I'm really glad they did, because it means a lot that we were able to secure this. And I'm gonna try and find a way to keep it on stream when we're streaming and stuff like that. Because I also want to remind everyone we did this together. I stream every Monday, not to entertain, but it's because I'm practicing. And when you guys come in and give me advice and kind of help me out, that's super huge in helping us get faster. Or when you donate to the stream, it goes directly into the car, or making my simulator that much more realistic. Or when you tell your friends about us, it again brings more people, brings more light to the team. So and everyone who comes to the track, huge shout out to Josh. He's a huge stream supporter who actually came out and was holding signboards, helped us change brakes, working on the car, doing all that jazz this weekend. It's all the stuff like that. Friends and family that support us, can't thank everyone enough. People like My Races Live that allow us to share it with friends and family. Or huge shout out to KFP Total IT Solutions, our title sponsor for this season. Ray Gnostics Imaging, Logie Bear Sound and Lighting. If anyone ever needs any wedding DJs in Ohio or the surrounding area, or I'll fly, we can make that work. Whatever. I again, all the money from the DJing goes directly into the race car. It's the only reason I can afford to do this. Huge shout out to Everything Wheels, Mr. Dahl. He wasn't able to make it there with us this weekend, but he let us beat on his stuff. And he's always helping out with the car and stuff like that. I hope I'm not forgetting anyone. And even Mazda Motorsports. I mean, because we finished second in class, we get a $350 reward from Mazda Motorsports, which, helps that much more. So, yeah, can't explain how jazzed I am with the weekend. I'm going to put some clips in of us finishing. Everyone was super stoked. And then I'll catch you guys at the end for a quick little recap. So.
It was this crazy award that you just won.
Second place, baby. Second place. Pretty stoked, pretty jazzed. It's beautiful. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but I think I'm going to put it on my kitchen table right next to the door so that anyone who walks in my apartment sees it first.
With a Corona to celebrate.
We got our award.
Oh, damn straight. Yeah. Okay. So here's my little ending here. Obviously, I'm super stoked with the way the weekend went. It was not what I expected. Like I said, my goal was to just go out and shake the car down, get our finish rate up, because we were at like a 40% finish rate or something like that. And I just wanted to finish 2 races, and we did that and then some. I'm super stoked. The whole crew, the team, our family, everyone came out to support, which I know I've told everyone that a million times, but I do seriously appreciate it. It's I know it's not super entertaining for everyone to come and sit at the track, especially for these longer races. But my girlfriend was there, telling me I'm doing a great job the whole day. My mom, my dad, Drew's family, and even, like I said, Josh was there. Wacky Steve, you'll see him in the scoreboard over there. Came out and helped us. It was incredible. And people on the stream were commenting and, saying good luck and all that stuff. So yeah, I can't thank everyone enough. I'm super jazzed with how it all came together. So, that's all I got. I've already plugged it a few times, but, please like the video, please subscribe, and, or follow on Twitch, all the social media stuff. Everything's linked below. I got to do the shameless plug. It's the only way we can grow. So, if you enjoyed, you want to see more stuff like this, please, thinking about sticking around. We'd love to see you in the future, and feel free to ask me questions, comments below. I try and answer every single one, or come to the stream if you want to talk to me, or Discord is another way to get in touch with me. Like I said, all that's linked below. The goal is to try and help people get into this form of motorsport, or just really any motorsport, whatever you're into. I love to share as much knowledge as I can. I'm not a pro, but, I've been doing it a while, so I want to help out however I can and kind of share that knowledge, because I feel like it is for going from 0 to this is a big step, and I want to try and make that step a little smaller. So Anyways, that's all I got. I think I'm rambling at this point. Hopefully, you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you on the next one. We've got some more van content coming here soon, some more Miata content. Not as much because we're kind of getting it to where we need it to be. So that's exciting, but you know, there's always more stuff. There's always stuff to modify and stuff to work on. So, yeah, hope to see you in the future, and cheers, everyone. Thanks again for watching. We'll see ya.